So I've scheduled my accident and health insurance, life insurance exam for Wednesday. And they're already telling me I'm going to fail. These little fountains of information. They're not hacking or anything, they're just predicting. See, I'm a seer, and they're predicting through my vast energy of seership. I'll tell you the truth, if I was a seer and I was sent here to prophesy, they wouldn't mess with me. They wouldn't dare mess with me, would they? If they're saying I'm psychic, I had a spiritual website. What I did mostly was being there for people who needed me. Because I've been through that. I was ready to spend my last dime. Not because it was affecting anybody else, but because I needed to know I didn't have complete zero control. That is, no control over the situation. Because that's all it is. That's why people turn to what they call love spouts. When they have no control. They feel like they're losing control over the situation or their health or their spouse or their career. They look for something outside of them to help them to get the upper hand, even if it's just a feeling, to get through the next day. If whatever it is helping you to, is causing you to suffer some anxiety, or you just can't function right. Because it's something you've wanted for a long time. This is something you've worked towards. This is something you've put a lot into, and then it's just you lost control. There are other people involved in it, and they're saying, no, this is not for you. Usually it doesn't work out, but for that moment, you need to feel like you have not lost all control over it. That's all it is. And most people who go to spellcasters, and they'll tell you the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. With that being said, it's it's just feeling of daunting. It feels like I'm being daunted. Like I'm daunted somehow, in a sense that I know they're hacking. That's a given. Some people may not call it hacking. I believe that they're coming into my home and they're getting control of my router. Because I kid you not, that sometimes somebody is in real time, I'm on the phone and somebody's sending me a text message or an email, and it isn't coming, and then I hear something scrambling somewhere, like a mice, like a mouse or mice in the ceiling, and here comes the text message or the email. My calls, my messages, my emails are being filtered by a group of people, a hate group. This is a hate group, which makes them the T word. TERRIORIST. It's a hate group. And hate of this to this extent leads to the other word, the T word. This is nothing short of the T word. I don't want to say it because I don't want them to pull my video down. The hatred from these people is phenomenal. These people hate me for just being. And if you're going through the same thing, you'll say the same thing, because you don't know if it's continually happening year after year after year is happening. You don't know why at some point. Is it money they're after? Is it your relationship? Is it your business? Is it your job? Is it your health? Is it your strength? Is it your faith? What is it that they're attacking? All of them. They're attacking every single aspect that makes you you and unique. They're attacking every single one of them. Every single one of them. And with that being said, it's this makes me look like I have a lot of eyebrow, but it's just a bad situation. I mean, I don't know your particular story, but I wish that you would come on here and tell your story. There's this guy, Nerve Gorilla. He invites us to go tell our story, but he just wants to debunk us. He's like the debunker. He'll make fun of us. He is calling us with the intention to make us fools, to prove that he is right. He doesn't really want to know. He just wants to make us fools, to make us look like fools. One day, and I don't want this to really happen because I wish they would stop now, he'll see that I was telling the truth. And that you were telling the truth. Right now, my head hurts all over. And I get this strange smell. I'll tell you what. There are people, there's a fire pit outside downstairs. And last week they were doing some kind of religious thing or whatever. And it has a strong smell when they throw it in the fire. And it waves up. It's strong. I used to keep my window locked. Locked, like all the creases, everything. Not just closed. And it's happened last night. And today. I can smell it. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up like 3:44 this morning. I smelled it. And I'm like, there's nobody up doing this at this time. And this morning as well. And it was like, felt like it was coming through the vents. This is why I don't trust those vents. So, I don't know. Maybe someone in the building is doing it. If that's fine if they're doing it. I don't think they should do it indoors because I hate to think what the guy next door might be going through. But they might say, no, this is why they do it outside. They don't do it inside. They're not stupid. Otherwise, they couldn't breathe in their apartments. This is why the fire pit is outside. They could go out there, get a log, and just do their work. And they've done that, which proves that that's what they do. Anything these people see that will actually gag you out, like you can't... Remember, my nose inside is very sore and tender. It's peeled, and it's almost melting away. I'm very, very sensitive to smells. I never was before. I had a cast iron. The only thing I didn't like as I worked in a hospital was the iron in the blood. That's it. I couldn't take. It made me want to vomit. Other than that, I didn't really care. Everything has a smell. But now it's overpowering. So if they see something overpowering in the building, or they'll fuck with me with that. My biggest fear is that they might be putting it onto my scalp. I don't know. I'm trying my best to keep myself safe. I don't know what else to do. I was hoping for a short while there that I would get a roommate. You know, I know it's a studio, but just have her stay there for a while. Just to have somebody else there when I'm not home, to have them in the house. It's not easy for them to come in that way. But it didn't work out. So, with that being said, I have my test coming up, my exam coming up on Wednesday, and I'm hoping that I pass the first time. Because there's another agency that I'm looking into. I signed up with one agency already, and they're waiting for me to finish my test, my exam, so I can just focus on what they're doing. I did, and they have a thing where you pay, and you pay like $5.50 a week or something, and they have pre-made leads, which I think is phenomenal. Even that I can't afford right now. I can't afford it. I wish I could. If for 1 week, it should be able to get me somewhere where I want to go. Because for the 1 week, I would be able to spread it out. It maybe it's 2 or 3 weeks. I think I don't know how many leads they'll give you. I don't know how many leads they'll give you, but those are leads that are phenomenal. Now, I could do this on my own. I can set an advertisement on Facebook, and I promise myself, I guarantee you, people will buy. They will sign up at least to find out what are their options. And I can't do it. Because if I do it, they're going to flag the ad and they're going to get it disqualified, or it's not, they can't run it. It's against the guidelines. A basic generic ad, and you can't run it. I want to do that because I want I want leads that are in real time. People who are looking and say, hey, I've been thinking about life insurance. I've been thinking about getting an annuity. I've been thinking about final expenses. I've been thinking about disability insurance or something, something that'll help. Something that, mortgage protection. There's so many different things. Maybe, when it comes to life insurance, you don't know anything about it. I don't know. There's so many different types of things out there to help. And we don't know what we're missing until the shit hits the fan. Eventually, for gang stalking and all the damages they're doing to our bodies, there'll have to be some insurance policy against it. Fortunately, it's not going to be probably in our time. Or unfortunately, I say, because I don't know what evil this is, but it's the T word. So wish me well, and I hope that I pass the first time, so I can just focus on working. And it's going to be like a cold front coming in to Ohio. So if any of you are in Ohio, be prepared for some cool weather within this week.